So most people don't actually know what dying looks like until they're standing right in front of it. And by then, it's sometimes too late to ask the questions that matter. So here we're going to talk about it. Before that moment comes, we stay with what's real and we don't look away. So today we're going there. Welcome to the deep dive into death. I'm Malia. And you can find me here on findingrealm.com or on YouTube, X, and Substack. Let's begin. I'm ready to die, she whispers to me, and not with fear, not with despair, but with a softness that feels like an exhale. And I'm ready to carry you home, I replied, and I meant it. She's so graceful. She was so simple in her knowing. She has taken her death more peacefully than anyone I had known, quietly, without drama, and without bargaining. Love is my answer, she'd say. And when we didn't know what to do, love is her answer, I'd say back. We've talked about this for years, about what she wants, about what she doesn't want, and how she hopes things will unfold. And there is a peace in her knowing that she's relieved most of her suffering because of this. In fact, I can say something rare. There was almost none. No pain, no agitation, just presence. The last 2 weeks, it was a little bit different, but still super minimal versus the majority of people. So as she sits at the edge of her life, she looked at me and asked, "So what's next?" Well, active dying is next. And it looks different for everyone. There's no single script and no universal timeline. But when someone gently decides that food and liquid are no longer theirs to take, when nourishment shifts from the body to something else, the body begins its final slowing. One more soft descent. The body knows what to do. It always has. It's often our interventions that interrupt it, our fear, and our needing to keep feeding, our discomfort with watching the natural rhythm unfold. Food is comfort for the living, but for the dying, letting go of food is often the final release of ordinary life. When you're ready, I tell her, speak inward. Tell your higher self, or whatever language you choose at that time, that you're ready to tend to your soul. And I will tend to your body. I will keep you clean, safe, and unbothered. And for her, it's not about gathering a room full of people. Company may disturb the stillness that she has chosen. She wants quiet and she wants intention. She tells me, "You give me the love I need for this. You're a born natural nurse. I like the way you care for me." It's so sweet, almost childlike in its honesty. And truthfully, this is my favorite kind of care, to sit at the final threshold, to protect the silence and become steady enough that someone else can let go. And there's something kind of holy in that, something that makes you hold on to your own breath without even realizing it. And there will come a slow and continuous moment where something else begins to shift. And it's subtle at first. The body still breathes and the heart still moves, but there's a turning inward. The extremities cool, the hands and the feet grow quieter. Circulation begins to withdraw itself towards the center, towards the organs that have carried us for a lifetime. The body knows how to close. It does not panic, it does not rush, it follows an ancient rhythm. The breath softens, the pauses grow longer, and the space between inhale widens like a tide pulling back. After the final breath, the body is not immediately still in every way. The heart may echo, the brain may still flicker as it sends its final signals throughout the system. Cells complete their final exchanges. The mitochondria, those tiny engines of life, finish their quiet work, and the symphony of bacteria and biology that sustained us slowly dissolves into stillness. So there is no urgency. We often wait at least an hour before calling a funeral home because you don't have to rush and you don't have to make the phone call immediately. Take your time, sit with them, hold their hand, brush their hair, say what needs to be said or say nothing at all. This moment is sacred and it stretches beyond language. The way you tend to this space, the final goodbye to the physical body, can shape your grief in ways you may not understand until years later. So, closure is not about shutting something down, it's about honoring the transition. And there may be ways to care for there are many ways to care for the body after death, depending on the circumstances, tradition, and your beliefs. And there's no single correct way, but your presence does matter. Your gentleness matters, and your goodbye matters. They will live inside of you for the rest of your life. And they will shape how you carry the memory, how you tell the story, and how you understand the moment that changed you, because you do not walk away from this unchanged. In loving someone through death, you become someone new, and that too is sacred. And she was my dear, sweet friend, and we spent this final stretch together. She's taught me more than she'll ever know. She taught me about simplicity, to keep my words simple, to keep my presence simple, and to trust her body and mine. She showed me that too much intervention can disturb the rhythm that already knows what to do, and that pleasing others can create unnecessary suffering, and that everyone must carry their own weight when that time comes. And when we leave, we are free. Free as the wind moves without resistance, and free as the birds rise without permission, and free from the gravity of the body that once held us. Death is not an error. It's a natural part of everything on Mother Earth. It's in this incredible planet with all its beauty, its chaos, and its tenderness. Every experience holds meaning. Every breath we borrowed mattered. And she was loved. She was a dear friend, and her grace has been beyond anything I have ever witnessed. So if you're reading, I'm reading this to you. So while you're dying or your loved one is, remember these numbers are what we repeated in her moments of anxiety: 25, 36, 933. A rhythm, a pattern, a tether back to calm. And those numbers will stay with me until my own final breath. And when my time comes, and I hope I'll see her again in my dreams or in the veil of crossing, and she can carry me home with the same tenderness. So I want to go back to those numbers: 25, 36, 933. Those are what she called her anxiety numbers. So when we came into moments where she was starting to feel a little shift in her body, we would just repeat them like a mantra: 25, 36, 933. 25, 36, 933. 25, 36, 933. It brought in presence, focus, and the ability for her to manage her own stress without having to be over medicated. That was a big thing for her. So if you're walking alongside someone through this, you're not alone. And if this is starting to bring up something in you, don't rush past it. Stay with it, even just for a moment, because this is a part of being human and being with death exactly how it is. And so this is the deep dive into death, and I'm Malia, and we'll keep having these conversations. So you can find me here on YouTube, X, and Substack, and on my website at findingrealm.com. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one.